You don't need a coach. You don't need a coach. Yes, people, welcome to TOS Live Match Day. Right, as an Arsenal fan, obviously, you can't see any smile on my face because I think someone has probably just put the final nail in the coffin for us in Ancelotti. And I'm joined here by Rose from Everton. Now this is Everton, right?
Hi, yeah, thank you for having me.
Say that again?
Thank you for having me on your channel.
Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you coming on. And I've got one and only Ada Peters is another Arsenal fan, my co-Arsenal fan. So it's 2 against 1 in this stream. Hopefully we're gonna be getting Claude as well. So it's gonna be 3 against 1. I'm sorry, Rose.
It's okay. We won the game, so I'm fine with that.
Right. Okay, people. Let's get right into it. Okay. So Arsenal loses the game. Guys, I'm gonna start with you, Rose. Did you have any idea it was gonna end 2-1?
That was actually that was my prediction. I did think that it was an Everton win. I went also when I saw that Aubameyang was out for you guys, like late. I didn't know that yesterday, so I did think we had a chance. We had a really good chance. But I think the thing is, I think you guys, I'm sure we'll get into it, but I think you played quite well. I wasn't happy with how we played at all, but we got the result. So yeah, no, I wasn't. I think it was an Ancelotti tactical thing again, but I just didn't like that we were sitting back, inviting you guys to come forward. But like I said, we got it done. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ada Peters? What would you say about the game? I mean, from an Arsenal perspective, what do you think overall? We're gonna get into more details later on, but what do you feel overall from an Arsenal perspective?
Fine margins for me. I think we had an organized defense. Save for that, that time we just took our eyes off the game for the Yeremina goal. We were quite organized, and look at our flair in the second half. We just came back. We were cranking up the pressure on Everton in the first 10 minutes of the second half. To be fair, if we had taken a bit of our chances, if Willock could have headed the ball properly, if Nketiah, was able to compose himself in the 24th minute, at that early in the game to get us going at least, I think the scoreline would have been different, in my opinion. Even Willian that had a more or less, anonymous first half. In the second half, he was spraying the passes around, Willian sort of announced himself in the second half. So I felt Arsenal could have made something out of the game if only they took their chances.
All right, yeah, we're joined by Claude. Claude, I know you're really pissed off. I saw it from your text message. The text message Claude sent to me wasn't even palatable for me to read, like literally. Like, he was really pissed. And I was like, you know what? Do you want to come on here and tell me what you feel? Anyway, say hello to Rose, and I'm sure you've met Adure. I think you should have met Adure.
Hi, Claude.
Yeah. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Claude.
Yeah, so it's 3 against 1, 3 Arsenal fans and 1 Everton fan here. What are your thoughts about the game on a general view?
Well done, Everton, by the way. Well done. And
thank you, Claude. Thanks.
Fully deserved win. Where do we start, mate? It's the same old story, isn't it? The only good thing to come out of today, I think, was the appearance of Martinelli in the second half, because we really do need him fully fit and back. I don't know what will happen to Aubameyang. I don't know what went wrong with Aubameyang. I don't know what's the problem with Aubameyang. Is it a calf injury, is it?
Yeah, I don't know the details of the injury. I just know he's injured. Does anyone here know what happened in terms of the details of the injury? I know he's injured, but I don't know the details of the injury.
So if he's out, he could be out for next game. I don't know.
I think Aubameyang is a calf injury.
Okay.
And he's out for about a week and a half, I think.
Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. So here's the thing.
The good thing is that we've got Martinelli now, and when Aubameyang was injured last season and Martinelli came in, he done really well. So that's not bad.
But you can tell he hasn't hit the ground running yet, because when he came in, he wasn't looking like the Martinelli we know. He maybe some touches were in all that.
Teddy, come on, mate.
I'm just saying.
He's been out for nearly a year, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So
since March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not going to just suddenly come back and explode, is he?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So you don't expect, we shouldn't put all our eggs in that
no,
one basket. That's what I'm saying.
It's just we gave 2 terrible goals away again, didn't we? I mean, Holding got on the wrong side. I thought of Calvin Lewin, which ended up in getting the own goal. And I thought, I don't know about you. I don't think it was a great game, was it? It was tough and puff in the second half.
Yeah,
Everton defended really well and were quite dangerous on the attack. And remember, they had good key players out today as well. Taddy.
Yeah. So hold that thought. That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask Rose. Yeah, hold that thought. I'm going to come back to that. So Rose, yeah, before the game, I had a chat with Ada here before the game, and I actually thought we had a chance because you guys didn't have James Rodriguez, you didn't have Allen.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys are probably one of your best, apart from Dukoru, those are probably your best midfielders.
But I mean,
defensive side of.
I mean, we've got Luca Dina, we had Seamus Coleman, who just came back today. So, you're talking 4 first teamers out. So that's what, for me, makes the results that we've had against Chelsea, Leicester, and now you guys, unfortunately for you, so impressive for me. Yeah.
So my take on this game, and I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me, I thought it was an Ancelotti masterclass, in my opinion. You said earlier on that you didn't like the fact that he was sitting back, but I thought that's what worked for him because we in Arsenal, we are very toothless. Look at the chance that Nketiah had. Let's be real. If Oba had that chance, he probably would have done better. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is what one of the things Robbie was saying on AFTV, where he was really pissed off and saying, listen, if you give the likes of Oba the little chances we had today, he probably would have done a bit better. It would probably have walked your keeper a little bit better because I'm not gonna lie, I don't see Pickford as a very good goalkeeper. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, me either.
Do you know what? Do you think Lacazette should have started, Taddy?
Yes.
Eddie.
Yes.
In a game like that, he's an experienced player as well.
Yes. 100%.
At the moment, we're in a really bad run at the moment, so you need experience more than anything, don't you? And I'm quite shocked that he picked Eddie instead of Lacazette.
I was shocked with that decision.
I actually believe Lacazette plays a lot better when Aubameyang's not playing anyway. So I think it would have been ideal, and he would have been putting balls into Lacazette. I think we'd have done a lot much better than what we did, but. I just feel that at the moment there's something not right in the club at the moment, Taddy, mate. It's not just the man, it's not just the coach. It's everything is not right, mate. There's players leaking stuff out the club. There's all sorts of things going on. There's a lot of pressure on Edu now, apparently, as well. So and we have to sort this out because if we don't sort this out, we are in a relegation. I never thought I'd ever see Arsenal in the relegation fight.
Yeah.
Look how long Arsenal and Everton have been in the league. The longest serving teams in the actual league itself. So I can remember, and Everton nearly. I remember that time when Everton nearly went down a few years ago. It was on the last day of the season they survived against Wimbledon.
Yeah. Nearly every year, Claude. Nearly every year we're involved, so it's nice not to be this year.
Yeah, but that was really close. That was the closest they went to going down, and I think that was under. Was it under Kendall? Was it under Kendall? No, it wasn't under Kendall. It was under.
Is it Smith? No. What was his name? Was it Walter Smith? Could have been Walter Smith.
I'm not that old.
In the 90s, yeah.
Right now, to be honest, I'm sorry, but just one thing here. So Nelson Franklin here says, "What's movement to support Arsenal? Clueless Arteta." Now, majority of people think this is all Arteta's fault. So, Ada, is this an Arteta issue, or is it what Claude was saying, that it's probably a combination of a lot of things happening behind the scenes? What do you think is the problem at that? What do you think?
Arteta is a big problem because he's inexperienced.
I think everybody has agreed that it's like a multi-layered problem at Arsenal. But at the end of the day, Kroenke wouldn't really go and tell Arteta, play Nketiah, don't play Lacazette, or put Willian here and put Pepe on the other side. Arteta has to make those positional decisions. He's the one that has
to. What if it's not working? This is the thing.
That is the question. When you're without your key.
Sorry to cut you short. I'm going to let you speak. Let me just chip this in, and then you continue. What if Arteta is in a situation whereby he's realized I've used this guy, it's not working. What do you really want him to do?
For example,
call the youngster.
For example, he kind of delayed in bringing Lacazette on. It was quite obvious that it wasn't quite in Nketiah's day today. And if I were Arteta, I would have made that substitution. At least I would have given Lacazette a full 30 odd minutes, to operate. And I don't know how he thought about the switching Saka to the other side, but I feel he was quite effective when he moved to replace Pepe. Actually,
she seems to be agreeing with everything you're saying, because I'm just very surprised as an Everton fan. She agrees with almost everything you're saying. So, did you think that Lacazette would have caused you more problems if you had been on the pitch earlier?
I think so. I think because when I looked at Nketiah, I thought, that would be okay for Mina and Keane, because they've been quite good lately. I mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Lacazette, I think, would have offered. I know he's not been in great form for you guys this season, but I think he would have made our defenders think a little bit more than Nketiah did, unfortunately.
Okay. So let's move on into other stuff. Willian today moved into the midfield. Okay, and I thought he performed a bit better in the midfield centrally than when he plays in the wings. Okay, and I know what you're about to say. I'm still going to ask the question, Claude. No matter what you want to say. But don't you think he played a bit better in the middle than when he was actually on the wings? Because we saw a lot of Willian in the middle playing and spraying a bit better passes, like Ada said, than with first half. So what do you think about that, Claude?
I just don't think he should be even. I questioned his signing when we bought him in the summer. Listen, Chelsea. Do you honestly believe if Chelsea would have offered the same contract as we would, he would have been still at Chelsea? The reason they didn't sign him on because they didn't think he was past his best, and that was it.
But in Chelsea,
and the only reason he signed for us, mate, is because he's sharing a restaurant with David Luiz, and then that's the only reason he had to stay in London. We're just used as a club, mate, not for ambition, just to stay in London and so he can carry on. No, I'm not happy about it. And it's no coincidence that his agent is the same agent as Edu. And that's why this club is in a mess, mate. The whole thing is a mess. Everyone is just agents and interest are combining with the interest of people on our recruitment staff. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. We're not getting the best players into the club. Right? We could have got Ziyech last year. We didn't refuse to go for Ziyech. What we do, they buy Ziyech and we get their player that they don't want, and you're expecting us to improve.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here's what Joe Fury is saying. All the players have to do. I think what he's trying to say is the players have to be responsible. Basically, do your job. Simple.
Like Ainsley, I think Ainsley quite did well today.
Yeah, Ainsley did. I prefer Ainsley, and he got us the penalty, didn't he? As well.
Yeah.
So that was good. I thought I'm a big fan. I do like Ainsley. I actually believe he can play even better in midfield. He's a better option.
Yeah,
Bellerin. But then I'm seeing why have we got two? Did we have two right backs on the bench today? What's well, I mean, why are we?
You mean Cedric?
Giving him a 4-year contract, and he's not good enough.
Bellerin, sorry.
Take over from Bellerin.
Yeah.
You've got to look at these things. These are players. What's going on here? What's going on at our club?
But who else is he going to bring? Who else is going to put on the bench?
Or is it in the interest of the recruitment and the agents' pockets?
But who else is he going to put on?
I'm being serious now.
No, hang on. I'm asking the question, right? Who else do you expect him to put on the bench? Oba was injured. Who else did you expect him to put on the bench? I'm just asking the question here. This is me asking the question.
We've got a young striker at home that can score goals for fun, and he's not even in the squad. And we've got two right backs playing on the bench, mate. What's that all about? Why do we need two right backs when we've got a young striker at home?
Balogun
in the Europa League, yeah? Give him a go. Oh, he's too young. He's 18, 19 years old. He's not too young. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Sorry, my lad, because I've got ladies in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're joined by Kenny Ken here. Kenny Ken, I hope that's not alcohol. But anyway, welcome, Kenny Ken. You're here with your co-Arsenal fans, and we've got a special guest amongst us. Rose,
I hope it's not an Everton fan.
Say that again.
Yes, I am.
Everton fan.
I can't hear you properly, mate.
Is she an Everton fan?
Yes, she's an Everton fan.
I am.
Were you interviewing Lee Judges?
I did. Yeah, I did actually.
Jesus.
I did.
Hey, you know something?
Yesterday, I did a quick.
Why don't you do a swap? We have Ancelotti, because we're the bigger club. You'll have the YTS graduate coach. Do you want to do a swap?
No chance.
Oh, right. So he's not good enough for Everton, but he's good enough for Arsenal. Excellent.
Right. Okay. So Kenny, basically, we were just asking the questions, and I was just saying earlier on, if you guys are just joining us right now, we all know what happened. We know Everton just clobbered Arsenal. And I've got with me some Arsenal fans and an Evertonian fan here. So, Kenny, what do you think was the main problem today? Is it the same old problem? Is it Arteta? Is it the players are not good enough? Was it an Ancelotti masterclass? Was it that the players in Everton are just better? What did you think was the main problem today?
Arteta's team selection and his decision was basically please sack me decisions.
Give me an example.
Making Rob Holding as a captain is a please sack me.
I agree with you on that.
Playing Eddie Nketiah instead of Lacazette with experience at a place like Goodison Park was a please sack me. The man is making it up as he goes along. His interview at Sky was first class rubbish. That we were dominating the game and we were somehow unlucky. There's no such thing as unlucky. We didn't have the quality to hurt Everton. It was very comfortable for Everton to the extent that their defenders, Yerry Mila, Michael Keane, all they had to do was light up a cigar and blow the smoke in the air. We made it very, very easy for them. Very easy. The only semblance of quality came from Saka and Tierney down the left-hand side where Everton was struggling. But we weren't penetrating enough. Eddie Nketiah, when he did have a good chance in the first half, where you've got to take it to places like Goodison Park, has shinned it across the goal. And after that, it was a shambles. Pepe, who everyone is saying is this sort of
player. Can I stop you there, Penny? Stop you there, Penny? You say Eddie Nketiah had a chance and all that, but if I remember correctly, Lacazette also had a chance. I think 2 chances in the last game, and he messed up. Don't you think Arteta might be thinking? Don't you think? Hang on. Let me ask the question.
You can't ask the question. Let me ask the question. Answer it.
Do you think? No. Do you think Arteta might be thinking right now? Like, do you know what? I've used different guys. It's the same result. Right now, I just need to pick anyone.
He won't be that long, mate. He won't be that long. If anyone's got a brain at a football club, they'll sack him immediately. I want him sacked by 9 o'clock.
Sack him and do what?
Announcement, and I want him sacked. The problem you've got, Tade, is that you're not owning our situation. We are in a relegation fight. There is no light in the end of the tunnel. We cannot score. We only scored 12 goals this season. We can't even buy a win. And yet you're suggesting we give him some time. And people like Jamie Carragher said 3 or 4 transfer windows to do what? Who are we going to play? So if we get relegated, which sort of top player are we going to buy from the Serie A, the Bundesliga, the Spanish leagues, the French leagues? Which top players are going to come to Arsenal when we're having away games against Bristol City and Brentford?
Do you think sacking Arteta, Kenny? Do you think sacking Arteta is gonna solve the main problem we have in Arsenal? I don't think so.
Well, basically,
I don't think that's going to solve the problem in Arsenal. It's not going to solve all the problem in Arsenal.
What you're saying, right, is that we keep Arteta, we'll carry on as it is, we'll waste this season when we've got 25 games left, and 24 games left. Sorry, my maths is 24 games left, and let's carry on. Let's hope we get a win. Let's hope that Brighton and all these other clubs don't drop points, and then we'll keep them. And then what would be by May would be a solid 15th. We might get an FA Cup run. He might side that. We'd probably go out against Benfica, but we've got to trust the process because this guy has got a great idea of what he's doing, and he's going to take this club forward. I don't know managers that finish in 15th place are an example of taking the football club forward. That's called taking it backwards. He's taking the club backwards since the Emery days.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick a comment here and talk about it. Yeah. Sentiment FC here says I predicted a 3-1 Everton. Wow. These guys, we were really on an all-time low right now. No one is predicting Arsenal to win. And judging from the past 2 Everton games, I could tell Ancelotti was going to put on a Serie A defensive organized masterclass. That's what I thought he did. Obviously, Rose doesn't really, like that idea. But I'm going to ask you this: how did you think Calvert-Lewin performed? Apart from when he wanted to steal the goal, even if it was an own goal, how do you think Calvert-Lewin performed today against us? I know he won a few headers against Rob Holding, but were you satisfied with his performance?
Yes, because I think we didn't give him very much service. Obviously not having James in, and it was a very defensive performance, I agree, but he was winning the ball in the air, holding it up well, and yeah, I mean, well, the corner that we scored from came from his shot where Leno made that really good save. So I think Calvert-Lewin today, he did what we needed him to. When we're in the brief moments that we got the ball, he held it up, like I said. So I think where Calvert-Lewin's come on, I mean, he's got 12 goals this season or something. I mean, 14 if you include the cup. I'm really happy with how he's come on, and I think having Ancelotti as a coach and Duncan Ferguson's really helping him. So yeah. Did
you think for the first goal, and I'm going to ask the Arsenal guys this as well, for the first goal, do you think it was just too easy for you guys? Because I thought it was very easy. When was it Davies, the guy in the midfield, I think?
Yeah.
When he had the ball, no one put in a tackle. No one came close to him. He was in like, okay, what's happening here? I'm free. Okay, good. Keep moving with the ball.
It was a great ball by Iwobi as well. So, into a dangerous area.
In Iwobi situation, no one closed him down as well. No one closed him down. And guess what? If Calvert-Lewin's header, which wasn't going on target, let's be real, if it had gone in the direction it was going to go to, Richarlison was going to get to that ball. Because Richarlison was ahead of Maitland-Niles. So do you think maybe the Everton players kind of sensed a little bit of fear, similar to what Walcott was saying in Southampton? Do you think they kind of a little bit of fear from the Arsenal players?
Well, I think losing Gabriel, I took that as a real positive because I think he's clearly your best defender. But I watched that game when he got sent off. Southampton, am I correct?
It was poor.
Yeah,
it was poor in that game.
But I think he looks scared. I think he sees the players around him and he's really trying maybe a bit too hard but I think Gabriel has been a very good signing for you. Just the players around him, it's not good.
Okay, I actually thought Luis did well today, though, by the way, just so you know. Regardless of what we feel about him generally, I thought he did well. I thought he was the only one driving the game forward from the back. He was the one trying to make things happen, pushing forward, urging the guys on, putting in some long through balls, some crosses from the deep and all that. Now, Joe M here says something, and Ada, this is for you. I agree the players aren't good enough, but I agree the players aren't good enough. But that's the way football is. It will have to go in order to salvage our season. Well, this is what you guys like to hear, innit? I strongly believe Arteta at PSG or Dortmund will flourish. Rafa in for 18 months. Do you agree with what Joe just said, Ada?
Well, for me, I would ask a question, and I'll answer his question by saying, how many more losses does Arsenal have to suffer before Arteta's inexperience becomes an established fact?
Oh, yeah, also Arteta out.
No. Arteta has an inexperience problem. And that is crying out now in our results. The whole of last season, we had 10 losses in 38 games. This season, we already have 8 losses in 14 games. That doesn't scream out a manager that we need to trust the process.
But can I ask you a question? If we're saying it's an experience problem, does that mean that Emery doesn't have experience? Because I can see similar issues that we're having under Arteta. Similar issues we had under Emery. I'm seeing that same issue under Arteta. I know he's worse off, but we're still seeing similar issues that we had under Emery. It's not gone. We're seeing the same thing under Emery, who's won 3 Europa Leagues.
So what do you think, Teddy?
Hang on. Look, I'm here to ask the questions, isn't it? So let me just ask the question. Okay, let me just ask the question. So Emery had the same problem. As a matter of fact, I was watching is it Hybrid? There's this show that what's his name? Kevin Campbell does with this lady. I don't know if you guys watch it. Hybrid.
No,
something.
we don't watch it.
You don't watch it? Okay, well, I do watch it sometimes, and there was something that was said there, like about Ozil, right? They said that when Emery was in charge, there were a lot of things happening in the background that we fans didn't know about. Things like Ozil being a big problem off the pitch, not coming to training early, doing whatever he likes, because he was indulged by the likes of Arsene Wenger to allow him to do whatever he wanted. Now, when you think about all that, right? When you think about all that, those are backroom problems. Those are off-the-pitch issues, which I feel has always been lingering. It's always been there. And that's where the treatment of the likes of Ozil came into play. And it's elongated up to this season. And that is why we're having all these issues. Look at Guendouzi's situation. Look at the Ozil situation. All these things, I believe, are affecting the squad right now. That's what I think. So the question to you again is, are we not seeing the same problem that we're seeing under Emery? Are we not seeing it again under Arteta? So why do you think the managers are always going to be the problem in Arsenal?
Emery left an Arsenal with an attacking flair, but a leaky defense. Arteta, since he came, seems to be interested in fixing the defense, but stifling the team. Release the handbrake. What is wrong with the way we play? Why is it that where are our goals coming from? Let's be fair. In the last 6 games, how many goals have we scored that were not penalties? 1 or 2, maybe. Aubameyang and Gabriel's. This doesn't tell us that Arteta really knows how to make his positional selections properly. Let's be honest. Under Emery, we were still attacking, and we didn't even lose at the Emirates. That was still our fortress. It was in the away games that we were struggling, and that was something he inherited from Wenger. In Wenger's last season, we only managed 1 or 2 away wins in the whole season. So we have to look at Arteta and say, what is the new low then? What is the new low?
Okay, over to you, Claude, because I know you're waiting to rip me apart. So please fire on, because you're about to tell me something before I interrupted it. So, what is the solution?
Yeah, what is the solution? I'm asking you, Teddy. What is the solution then?
Solution?
Because you say that keep trusting the process like you want to trust. Yeah. What's the solution?
I don't think we're gonna get relegated. Maybe
not. But is this good enough?
But I've got to a point now that the reality has hit me. And I am ready for these club owners to see how shit we are. I say it again, to see how shit we are with the players that we have. And if we end in a very disastrous position, maybe, just maybe, that will be an eye-opener. Right now, I am ready to go to the lowest of the low. Definitely not championship. But maybe that way, the owners of this club can then realize how bad many of the players are in this club. I am ready for that, honestly, because this is where it's going to happen. And I keep saying this. This is where it's going to happen. We're going to get another manager in. He's going to give us a bounce, maybe win 1 cup or 2. We're going to be happy. Yeah, he's the chosen one. 18 months down the line, just like Emery, we're going to come back to this same situation with these same players. Well, he's gotten angry. He's left. Maybe that's his internet. His internet is always messing up. We're going to be in this same situation. We're going to come back to this same conversation, and we're going to have it all over again. That's what I think is going to happen. And we're going to keep arguing. We're going to keep going on each other's throats. We're going to keep shouting at each other. The problem is never going to go until half of this squad leaves. That's the solution. He asked for a solution and you left. That's the solution. The solution is for us to see how bad everything is. Once we see how bad everything is, we do a massive clear out. And when I mean massive clear out, 80% of the players, the only players I can see staying in Arsenal right now, I'm only going to give Aubameyang a pass because of what he's done in the past, not because of what he's doing right now. I'm still going to leave him in the squad. Saka, Tierney, and Gabriel, and maybe Balogun, and Martinelli. Willock, Bellerin, Lacazette, Willian, naming them. All of them, I want them out of my club. That's a solution for you.
But who brought these players in? Who brought them in?
Are you asking me?
Who brought these players in?
Was it Arteta? Was it Arteta that brought all these players in? Was it Arteta that brought
Of course
Bellerin?
he is. He's part of it. Don't tell me he's got no responsibility.
The two players he brought in. I can't hear you anymore, Claude. I can't hear you anymore.
Something wrong with my.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on with my wife? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because it's going on all day or enough. I don't know what's happened here. No, what's the solution? He brought these players in, right? So you know, I don't know. I agree. I don't think it's just him that needs to go. I think the backroom staff, the people that are with him, the Vinay, Edu, all this lot need to be clear out, all of them, and the whole board structure needs to change as well, because otherwise we're not moving forward. Because the next manager is going to come in. Obviously, he'll come in. It'll be back. We'll have the same situation. But at least the next manager, right? We bring in someone that's got experience, proper experience. Why is a big major football club like Arsenal employing a guy who has no experience in the first place?
No.
Where in any industry does a guy come in with no experience and manages a top firm?
No.
Tell me, Teddy.
No, look, listen. I cannot defend that. Okay, listen, I cannot defend that. Really, I can't, because obviously things are going badly for the club right now. I know, I get it. I'm not stupid. I'm feeling the pain you guys are feeling. Okay, I am feeling the pain you guys are feeling. I just feel like right now it's just unfair on Arteta, because he's been given a bad squad, right? He's not had the window. He's not had the He's not had the window to choose all the players. He's not had the clear out that he wants. So it's a bit unfair. But at the end of the day, you cannot sack 25-man squad, can you?
He's got a better squad than what Emery had.
So he's going to leave because of
a better squad than what Emery had.
Say that again.
And he still took him to a European final, finished fifth in the league.
Exactly.
So,
I was about to say, sorry,
why is
Claude,
he getting special treatment? Why is he giving special treatment to him?
Yeah, this squad. I mean, I'm an outsider looking in, but this squad is not 15.
No.
You know, your players, they're not 15. You know, I mean, yes, the table doesn't lie, but
it's they're not top six as well. They're not top class either.
It's not the greatest.
There's 5 teams.
No.
Us.
Say that again.
And
what did you say?
Leicester are better than us. Yeah. All right. People say that we're not a 15th squad, but people saying that people saying about a reputation. But Leicester are a better team than us. They're a better run club than us. Southampton arguably have got better players than we have. They showed that the Emirates. And then we're looking at Wolves as well. So, and then you've got the teams in front of us. We're stage 9 now.
I don't know what's happening.
What's happening now? Aston Villa can come to the Emirates with confidence and beat us comfortably. So what's happening is that you're saying it on reputation because it's the umbrella. It's under the Arsenal Football Club umbrella. But in terms of like what we need in terms of the quality, we're not even talking about getting in the top 4 or getting in Europe. We're talking about just getting a win. That's how bad things are.
Yeah.
Bangaline. Is it Bangaline? He's an Everton fan, obviously. He says, trust your manager, the players you have ain't good enough. I don't know if he's having a laugh or he's being real right now. I don't even know the difference anymore. He said, you ain't getting relegated, just having a poor run, but all will be okay soon. Honestly, I can't trust anything that anyone that is not Arsenal fan says right now, because they might just be having a laugh at us right now. We've got a few more minutes, really. We've got like 10 more minutes, and we're going to be out of here. I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. We're going to do a little bit of player ratings. DZ here says, amazing performance from the players. Everyone gets a 10 over 10. They should be proud. Wasted. It's annoying. We've lost against teams that didn't even play amazing. Everton were in good. I kind of agree with you. Spurs were so bad, especially in the second half. Burnley bad, yet they all beat us. I don't know if, honestly, I don't think I agree entirely with everything he said here. I don't think they were bad. They purposely sat back against us. It was a tactical masterclass, in my opinion. I felt the managers just, decided to sit back because they know we're very blunt going forward. And Ancelotti knew that we don't have. As long as you don't have Aubameyang, he knew that the likes of Yerry Mina were always going to win all the headers. They were always going to win all the headers against.
Tade, that's not tactics. That's not tactics. We're
sitting back is tactics.
Tade, we are alarmingly easy to play against. They know what they know. They don't have to worry about dealing with crosses against their attackers. They know full well that down the middle there isn't any creativity whatsoever for attacking. They know that Aubameyang, if you play him as centre forward, he can't play with his back to goal. He can't hold the ball up, and he can't. And he doesn't like. The only time he likes to run down the channels is when it's through on goal. So they know there's limited in terms of like danger coming at them. So what's happening now? They can take risk against us. They know that when they play Arsenal, overload our right hand side, just overload it, get men behind the ball, because Bellerin and Holding struggle, because Holding's a left-sided centre half, Bellerin's a right-handed centre half. So basically, you do the overloads, and then what will happen is that as long as you isolate Arsenal's strong areas, like you get Gabriel's had a great season, Tierney's very strong at the left-hand side. Don't go near there because there's no room there. They're too strong there. But if you go down the right-hand side, you've got acres of space. That's how teams are playing us. You know,
Look, listen. I hear you on that. I really hear you on that. If you're joining us right now, we're going to be rounding up in a bit, guys. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. Don't leave here without subscribing. You know, help this channel grow. It's a new channel. Make sure you help it grow. Make sure you subscribe.
I do apologise. I think everyone seems to be cutting out. I think something with my laptop's not going. I think it's as bad as my football team.
We can hear you properly.
We can hear you.
We can hear you properly, Claude.
Yeah, no, but you was cutting out a lot earlier. But I don't know. You can hear me now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Jake Sims, is it Jim Simster here says Fulham winning 1-0 if Burnley and Brighton win tomorrow. Arsenal are 2 points above relegation zone. That's true, though. That's true. Nelson Frankney says, tell me one single player we can attract to the club this January transfer. I think Owa is still on the cards. I think Owa still wants to come. I was watching Fabrizio with I think Turkish the other day. Fabrizio, who is someone that is quite reliable with his journalism and everything. I mean, they said they were still looking into Owa. Obviously, Soberslai. I think, is it Soberslai or I don't know how to pronounce his name? He's left for our Leipzig now. So, well, we've lost that one. And then someone here says, Chibukem Uzo says, so now the problems are the players brought in by other coaches. Listen, I've always been saying that we have a lot of problems with the players. Many of the players, as far as I'm concerned, are not good enough. It's really that simple. And it's also down to the recruitment. I think Jamie Redknapp was saying the same thing today, you know, in the analysis, was saying, listen, who is in charge of this recruitment? Who is doing the recruitments for Arsenal? It's really doom and gloom for us.
Yeah, but he don't get a buy here. Why did he persuade Xhaka to stay? Why is he continuing playing Bellerin at right back when you who's played the game, we've both played the game, we've seen an area which opposition attack. Why is he? Why is he not identified the players that he doesn't need and still has a bloated squad? Why? Because at the end of the day, he's not the head coach; he's the team manager, which means he is part of the think tank. He has just as much say over transfers as Vinay, Edu, and Per Mertesacker as the academy manager. He's part of the transfer committee, so he does have the authority. You're giving him a buy when really and truly they're his decisions, and he's living. He's dying by those decisions now. There has to be accountability there. There has to
for
be
the Xhaka situation, I remember very well when he came, he liked Xhaka because Man City wanted to get Xhaka. That's what he said. Man City wanted to get, for one, I don't know why they wanted to get Xhaka, because I don't think he's that good enough to be in the Man City squad. But he said they wanted to go for Xhaka for some weird reason. And then he came to Arsenal. So I don't know whether there's a truth in that, but that's what he said. He said he likes him, and that's why he decided to keep him. I'm just answering the question there, okay? I'm just answering the question.
No, not exactly. It's just a general discussion, because
so I'm just, because I know you guys like to attack me. I'm always talking.
There's just a theme. All it is that there's a theme where there's always, it's poor Arteta. Poor Arteta's got no authority, but he's a team manager. And so when you're a team manager instead of the head coach, you do have some sort of authority, and you are part of the think tank in terms of like the footballing side of the club as well as the first team. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. Let's, you know what? Let's move into player ratings. We'll just do quick player ratings and then we'll finish up quickly today. Right. So I'm gonna start with Calvin Lewin. How do you think he performed today?
I give him a 7. You know, I think he, like I said earlier, because he was a nuisance. You know, like you say, we were defensive, but you know, your centre forwards. Nketiah had one chance. I mean, Calvert-Lewin, I don't think had a clear chance. He made something out of nothing. I'd give him a 7. Worked hard, but didn't have any service.
I think he forced a save out of Leno, which cost the corner that Mina scored, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was his shot. So I'd give him a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the next person? Sigurdsson.
Did okay. I'm not a massive Sigurdsson fan, if I'm being honest. So
who would you have preferred to come in? Who would you have preferred to come into the team instead of Sigurdsson? Because I don't know I don't know if Andre Gomez was on the bench, because I like him as well.
No, he's injured as well. So yeah, it has to be Sigurdsson. Because we won the game, I don't really want to give anybody less than a 6. So I'd probably give him a 6 or a 7. So yeah, he didn't do much, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Who's the next person? I'm just gonna check quickly. What about Alex Iwobi?
Iwobi did okay in the first half. Second half, just he had to defend a lot. So I'd probably say a 6. Not his best game. He's played quite well recently, but not today really.
But he still gave the assist for the pre-assist for the goal.
It was his cross. Yeah.
So don't think that's a bit too harsh.
Yeah, maybe. But I expect more from Alex. I'd maybe a 7. I'd push it up to a 7. Same with CCL.
Okay, let me move on to the Arsenal guys. I'm gonna come back now. I'm gonna start with Nketiah. Ada, what do you think about that?
Nketiah wasn't Nketiah's day today. I would rate him.
It's never his day.
I would rate him a 4. I'll rate below par. He was below par.
Fair enough. Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yes, 100%. He doesn't bring anything to the football team. He reminds me of Carlos Vela. When we win 5 or 6-0, he'll get the goal, and that's good for his stats. But what he brings to the football club is the guy. To be honest, if you want me to be harsh, and everyone knows I'm having a bad day because we lost, he is blocking the pathway to Balogun. This time that Eddie is blocking his pathway, there's a player who has got everything right now as a striker. Play with his back to goal, bring other players into play, knows where he wants the ball. He points and says, I want it there. You've got to pass it there. I'm making that run. I'm on his shoulder. He knows his game. He knows what he demands. I know this is going to be an exaggeration, but he's our Harry Kane. He could save us £70 million in the transfer market. He's that good.
Okay.
He's going Liverpool, isn't he?
Don't, Claude. Don't.
Right. Nicolas Pepe. Claude, this is for you, Nicolas Pepe. Was he still moving all around like someone that didn't really have an end product? Or was it the fact that he was held by like 2 or 3 players? Because I could see a lot of players surrounding him, and he knew he was a danger man. But at the same time, I still thought he should have done a bit better.
Started the penalty away, but I thought it was far worse than him that could have come off. But I'm going to give him a 6. I just don't feel I think he needs better players around him, to be honest with you. I just to get the best out of him. I don't know.
Okay. Kenny, I didn't ask you. What about Willian?
The thing about he's such a disappointment. The only reason why I'll give him a buy, because he's come into a culture in a football club where there's no structure to where we play. We're basically like, and I say it's a great respect, heads and volleys. When you or when we were kids, we used to play on the Andover Estate in Finsbury Park. Rush goalie. That's how we play with Russ Gully. There's no tactics. It's rudderless. Another thing as well, in terms of the standards as well, that if you set your standards really low at Arsenal, you'll have a very good career at the club because as far as we're concerned, people at Arsenal hope to do well. There's nothing in place for us to do well. So players like Willian, Petr Cech, David Luiz, you're never going to see their Chelsea form because they conform to the low standards and the inertia and the easy street attitude at the football club. So it's very hard to assess their performances for me.
So what would you rate him? Because before you answer that question,
I'll give him a 5 because
you give him a 5 already. I was gonna say you have to consider a second half performance because I thought when his position changed, he kind of improved in the central part of the midfield.
No cutting edge though, mate.
Say that again.
No cutting edge.
Okay, fine. Let's move back to Everton quickly. So we have to rush this quickly. So we'll finish quickly, and you guys can go and have your tea or do whatever you want to do. Richarlison, I thought it caused a little bit of problems, but I thought Maitland-Niles tried to stop him a little bit.
I'm probably going to end up giving everybody a 6 or a 7, just because we didn't play very well. We defended, and I think if you want to skip mine, I'm okay with that. I think probably Godfrey would probably get an 8 because he's not a left back. He made some really good tackles. Everybody else probably a bit boring to people to watch because I'll probably give 6, 7s. Godfrey did well for me. So young kid. And
I was going to talk about this.
How damning is that? They're saying they didn't think they played very well. They still beat us. How damning is that?
He caged Pepe. He figured out everything Pepe was doing.
How damning is that? What does that tell you about us?
It just tells you the quality of players we have in Arsenal. I keep saying this. It's the same thing we're saying, Claude. It's the same thing we're saying. If Theo Walcott, who I still don't rate, even Everton don't rate him. That's why you guys loaned him out. If Theo Walcott, I don't rate,
it's about the culture. The whole club is a mess. The whole club is got the wrong culture in it. It's got the wrong mentality. You've got Bellerin saying it's not important to win games. I mean, come on, Teddy.
Where did that deep mentality come from? From the FA Cup, the mentality was there. We beat Man City. We beat Chelsea at the FA Cup. What happened?
Teams worked us out. Yeah, but teams worked us out because what's happening right now is that if you're playing a back three and you're trying to play at the back, all teams have to do is just play the low block, and then what they do is they up their intensity, and that's the thing against Arsenal. When teams up their intensity, up the work rate, play with a bit more pace, we struggle. You know what I mean? They outpress the pressers because it's not in our DNA to press in football matches.
Okay, I'm trying to rush this quickly, guys. Okay, so Mohamed Elneny. This for you, Ada. Mohamed Elneny. How do you think he performed?
I'll commend him. I mean, since he got his yellow card, he managed to stay in the game. He didn't get a red. I was scared about him being on a yellow coming into the second half, especially with the intensity of Everton. But in the first half, we were the one putting the pressure on. Otherwise, he had a flat performance. There was nothing special about Elneny. The way he passed the ball, there was no flair. There was no killer instinct. He couldn't find his man, So otherwise, but I'll just say, good to keep his head together. Good not to get a red card. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bukayo Saka. This for you, Kenny.
Brilliant performance. Again, he's basically like the Pied Piper of the Arsenal team. He refuses to, like I said, accept defeat. He's always the only bit of quality came from him, Kieran Tierney. But he's always driving. Give me the ball. I want to make something happen. I'm going to run at that Everton defence. I'm going to scare them. I'm going to put crosses in. And when I put crosses in, I want you there to fight because they're coming in. And it's such a sad environment for him. I'm going to give him an 8 because it was an 8 performance. And
I don't think I'll give him an 8 because
why not?
Because I still think Bukayo Saka needs to improve on his finishing, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
he needs to improve on his finishing, in my opinion. That's an area that he's
crosses in though. He was putting crosses. He was buying that ticket though. He was buying the tickets, trying to have shots. He wasn't.
I'll probably give him a 7. I'll give him a 7.
I don't agree with you.
I'll give him a 7. Sorry?
I'll give him a 7 too. He also lost the ball.
He's not scoring. Bloody hell! If he's
No, look. Let's call it spade a spade. Let's call it.
No one's in the box. He's doing his bit, isn't he?
He still needs to improve on his goal scoring, though. He still needs to do that. Let's be real.
Yeah,
he still needs to improve on his goal scoring.
How good would he look? How good would he look? I shouldn't be even having to say this. How good would he look if he had someone like Harry Kane in the middle or Son when he's making these lovely cross? How good would he look then? Hey, you tell me, Taddy. Instead of Eddie Nketiah or whoever. Come on.
Just one quick question before we move on.
They've got Son and Kane, and we've got Eddie Nketiah.
I can tell you're frustrated. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Claude. I'm also frustrated. DZ is asking a quick question. Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester.
You want to give him another? You want to carry on till the end of the season with this manager?
No.
You want to carry on till the end of the season?
I give up.
No.
I give up, Claude. What do you want me to do? I give up. What do you want me to say?
You were saying you were saying you want to give him till the end of the season.
No.
Because I want us to see the problem in this club.
We can get relegated.
We cannot keep patching. We cannot keep
can get
patching the
relegated.
wound. We cannot
For
keep
the
patching
first
the
time in
wound
my
by
history.
sacking managers. You bring in another manager, you cover the wound, and then it gets opened up again. You bring in another manager, you cover the wound, it gets opened up again. Until they get rid of a lot of players and change the recruitment pattern in this club, we're going to be in the same position.
Taddy, this ain't the 1970s and the 80s now. There's an expectation that when you're a big club in the Premiership, that it's very much a results business, and you're there to win. The minimum is the top 4, and whether we like it or not, changes will have to be made because it's a results business. No owner worth their salt, especially a big club, is going to tolerate these stream of results.
No.
They're not going to see the bigger picture. They'll say the right things, but unfortunately, there's no patience in football nowadays. It's a results business.
Okay. So one question. I have a question for you guys. This is from DZ. Name 7 class players in Arsenal. 7. Quickly. In fact, you know what? No. This is for Rose. I want her to, because I think it's better for us to get this from an Everton. Name 7 class players. Name 7 class players in Arsenal.
You wouldn't invite me back on.
I want you to think about the players in your team. Think about the players in your team, and while you're comparing them in your mind, while you answer this question.
Aubameyang. No, not this season, but I'd say based on what he's done for you guys, Aubameyang. Saka, young potential. He looked good today. Saka, Pepe. Honestly, I haven't seen much of Pepe.
I'm sorry,
that
that
price
guy,
tag.
I think I disagree with you on that one, but go on.
Yeah, no Pepe. Okay, I'm struggling then after that. Oh, Tierney. I like Tierney. Gabriel, who's injured. Suspended. For Gabriel.
That's 5.
Okay.
Partey, maybe?
Partey injured.
Oh, that's 4 actually. That's 5. Sorry.
Yeah, that's 5.
So you can only name 5 players. What about Lacazette?
On current form, no. But yes, I'd Lacazette with better players around him. I think he would be better. But I think that's it.
Okay, so 5. So there you go, DZ. At least we can get 5 names out for you. That's good. Danny Ceballos.
Paddy, it was your great manager that you're saying with is you want to back him, yeah? Also decided to let Martinez go.
Hey, let's not get into that. That was not entirely his decision. Martinez came out.
Come on.
Listen, Claude. Martinez came out and said he told them he wants to leave because they couldn't guarantee him first team shirt. They could not guarantee him a first team shirt. They said he needs to fight for his
place. What the manager should have said to him, you got the number 1 shirt. Bullshitted a bit and said you got the number 1 shirt while you're in form. And that's
but
it.
Before Arteta, listen, there's something we need to realize, guys. When Martinez was leaving, Arteta was not the manager. He was the coach. Okay? Now, before Arteta came to Arsenal, Leno was guaranteed first team goalkeeper. He was guaranteed that he was going to be the main goalkeeper. And he said it himself. When they asked him in an interview when he came back, they asked him, were you scared for your position? He said no. That they already gave that the club already gave him the assurance he was going to be. So we need to look, there are a lot of powers at play here.
No one should be guaranteed. No one should be guaranteed.
There's a lot of powers at play in the background. You can't put everything
Look at our opponents today. Look at our opponents today.
Pickford, yeah.
If I want to play Olsen, I'll play Olsen. If I play Pickford, I'll play Pickford.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee.
I hear what you're saying.
That's why you've got competition for places.
Exactly.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'm giving you a response with what is happening. We need to understand this. And I keep going back to Iwobi. When Iwobi was sold, you met his dad, right? Outside the stadium. We both met his dad. And we had a good conversation with him. And you can understand how he was being appreciative of Arsene Wenger, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now. Let's stick to what. But when Iwobi was sold, I met his agent. Coincidentally, I met his agent where I play football. And Iwobi wasn't sold by Emery. He wasn't sold by Emery. The club sold Emery because they saw 40 million. They saw the box. There's so many things at play in this club. So many things at play. It's so easy to pinpoint everything on Arteta without knowing what's going on in the background. Until you speak with people happening in the back room, and then you hear the gossip, that's when you realize what's actually going on. So my point is, in as much as from the outside, it looks like Arteta is in charge, I kid you not, he's not in charge of everything. Let's be real.
He got rid of Ozil, though. He got rid of Ozil.
Forget about that bull. Forget about that bull story, man. Be real. Forget about that bull story.
He got rid of Ozil.
You know truly well. He didn't do that. You know.
So how do you know he didn't do that? Ozil
Come on, man.
Ozil was sacked
fighting
from
with the club
because he was not singing from the same hymn sheet, and he was seen as a bad egg, and he was infecting the dressing room. That's why Arteta got rid of him. It was Arteta's decision. Solely his decision. That's factual.
Kenny, how can a player?
You can't accept Arteta.
Listen. I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but I have to say this, Kenny. How can a player go against the whole club? How can a player go on social media and say, Gunnasaurus, I'm going to pay your salary? Who does that?
Why
that's a slap on the face of the owner.
I'll tell you why. Because
do you know what I mean?
Guess what? Guess the reason why he could do that is because the club are not paying him football, and he's being destructive. He doesn't care. He's still going to get paid. All he has to do is turn up to training. You know what I mean?
No problem. Let's move on. Quickly, we need to run through the last defenders. Dani Ceballos, this is for you, Claude. Quickly, what are you rating him? Quickly, chap, quickly. Dani Ceballos, because I want us to round up in a few minutes, in 2-3 minutes.
Works hard, but no end product, is there? There's no hard. He works hard, but it's just I don't.
He doesn't give you that creative feeling that you're looking for.
I'm not. See, I don't like this. I don't think the loan players give you that commitment anyway. I don't think they give you that same commitment when they're on loan. At the end of the day, he's only here because Real Madrid don't want him. So
exactly my point. So we're getting rejected.
That's the state of our football club, mate. That's the state of our football club because Real Madrid don't want him. We'll take him on. That's it. That's the state of our football club. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
What are you rating? Give him a rating, Claude. Rating. What's his rating?
5.
Good. David Luiz. This is for you, Ada. David Luiz.
I like his stature. I like the way he read the game. He went forward. He committed himself. He tried to push forward. He encouraged Tierney to move on. You know, I'll give him a 6 today. David Luiz.
Okay, cool. Rob Holding, who is the captain today?
Yeah, captain. And that's Arteta. That is making him captain. Yeah. That's, you think
Claude. The board told Arteta to make up Rob Holding captain.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that decision. I get it. I don't agree with that decision. But just give him a bloody rating, Kenny. What's the rating? Rob Holding.
5.
He's better than Cannavaro. Rob Holding.
He didn't do too badly today, though. He didn't do too badly today.
Yeah, but he didn't do too great either.
On goal.
No disrespect against Rob Holding, right? But Rob Holding should go to mass every Sunday, and thank God that he plays for this football club. In fact, there's a lot of players who need to go to mass and say thank and pray and think, I am so lucky. There is a God
Willock.
that I'm earning
Willock is
a
one of
good
them.
wage and playing at a big football club. Because
You know what?
Because I'll
I
tell you
agree
one
with you,
thing now.
Kenny. For once, I agree with you.
If we had a quality quality manager, and we had how do I say it? We had a mentality where the weak get thrown out, the strong stay at the football club, and there's an addiction to winning where a draw is seen like a funeral. i.e. at Chelsea, these players that you're asking us to rate wouldn't even get into
Make the cut.
our reserves.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of privileged players in Arsenal. They're really privileged to actually be playing for Arsenal, and that's where the recruitment issue comes in. Karen Tenney, Claude, Karen Tenney.
Stands at 5.
Okay, everyone is getting 5 today. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. We considered, for me, none of our defender today is gonna get above 5. None of them, because we considered 2 goals.
He's another player that I don't know what it is. I don't. Maybe it's the club that's doing it, but he's another player that I think has slipped a bit.
Yeah, because the manager keeps on playing in the back 3.
Was that?
He's a left back.
That's right.
Kenny?
Yeah, why we play? He's a left back. That's it. Simple. Yeah, I agree, Kenny. I agree. He got on the wrong
Kept
side.
driving forward. He kept driving
He got on the
forward.
wrong side of Theo the other day, didn't he? And that was it. Bang, goal, wasn't it? So I agree with Kenny. It's just a lot of these players.
All I say now, thing is, Claude, right? A lot of people are talking about all these players when it comes to the football club. But if they come into a club where the culture is not a winning culture, it's a culture where everything's the easy street, people conform. Like, for instance, I could be a boss of this company, and if I created a culture where people didn't have to turn up on time, didn't have to clock in on time, people you could talk in the office and listen to the radio at work. Now, they may come from a draconian office where standards are high, but if they come here, they're going to conform to the environment I provide.
Yeah.
And that's no different to any footballer that comes to this football club. And that's why we've got to get rid of this easy street culture. I want Vinay sacked. I want Edu sacked.
You know what? It's interesting that you said that.
And I want the manager sacked.
Do you know what?
Let me chip in.
Right? Hold on. I watched Tobias when he was playing at under 21 level, and I thought, oh, this is a real talent. He's gone backwards. He's another one that's gone backwards. I think it is. It's our club. It's our club. It's the culture of our club.
But don't you think that's what Arteta has been saying? Arteta has been talking about the culture of the club. He said he's been trying as much as possible. He's trying to change the culture. And in his interviews, hang on, guys. And his interview, he said they're not there yet. He kept hinting that they're not there yet. And he's saying a lot of players. He's still hinting that he needs better players. He's been giving that hint in almost all his press conferences.
Why did he persuade? Why did he not make revolutionary choices at the end of the football season? Then why has he still got these players? Surely
players don't want. No one is going to buy our crappy players. Socrates was on the verge of leaving. No one wants to buy him.
For a pound.
No one wants to buy. Even Ozil. No one wants to buy Ozil.
Sell him for a pound. Just get him out. Take the hit.
Sell him for a pound. If you sell him for a pound, then how are you going to get the money to buy a new player? Tell me.
Oh, look, it's a figure of speech. What I'm trying to say, Tad,
because you save on their wages, Taddy. You save on their wages, mate.
Save on their salaries.
Yeah.
Come on, Taddy. You know better than that. Come on, mate.
Ben Leno, the final one. Ben Leno, and we're going to end this. Ben Leno, this is for you, Kenny. Ben Leno, why are you going to rate him today? He only made what? Did he make any save today?
But no.
He made a save.
He made the save, yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
against Kevin Love, yeah.
He's average. He's a 6. He's average. You know what I mean?
I think this is my take on Leno, right? I've always liked Martinez. And the reason I like Martinez, and he's really showing in Aston Villa right now, is because Martinez sort of commands his area. There's a better communication. The defenders seem to know what they're doing. They seem coordinated when Martinez is on the pitch. The aerial balls, he seems to handle them a bit better. There's a bit more organization. And I think that's one of the edge that he has above Leno. So if at all the decision was made by Arteta, then I would say that's one mistake he's made, which I'm not happy about, because I love Leno. I just felt he's a better goalkeeper, generally speaking. But listen, we are where we are right now, yeah? So we just have to move forward, and hopefully we'll play against Man City. Is it next week? When are we playing against Man City? Is it
Tuesday.
on Tuesday, then we're really screwed. Then we have how many days left? 3 more days. So hopefully we'll be able to come out of this bad patch. Really and truly, I really appreciate you guys. Sorry?
On Boxing Day. We have Chelsea on Boxing Day on Saturday.
Well, please stop making me feel sad, because what you've just said now is probably going to make me cry. But listen, guys, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on. I really do. We've been here for an hour now. Thanks really for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be doing something maybe in the midweek. I did a quiz with Lee Georgie. Wait, no, you weren't there. Were you? No, you weren't there, Kenny.
No, but we did a quiz on WhatsApp when I beat
you. Yeah,
8-5.
That's a different one.
I beat you 8-5.
That's a different one. You don't need to tell everyone what you got, all right? Thank you very much.
I beat you by 3 points.
Thank you very much. You like to win too much. Thank you very much. Anyway, I was speaking before this interruption. So I like to do quiz and all that. So I'm trying and get you guys in. I'm going to prepare some questions. It's always fun. I did one with Lee Judges with Claude and I think Wax the other day. I think Wax.
Claude, tell me you won. Did you win, Claude?
Claude actually made. No. You got 2 over 3. You got 2 over 3 questions.
I won. I did win. I got the most of them right. Do you mind?
Lee Judges got the most. Stop lying.
What are you talking about? No, he never.
He did.
No.
He did.
It was me that got it. You get the recording back on Lee Judges.
I'm gonna post it very soon. I'm gonna post it very soon. Anyways,
no, you can,
really, thanks a lot, guys. If you're still watching, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I do this almost every week. I get special guests like Rose, Ada, Kenny Ken, and Claude, Voice of Reason. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming on. I totally forgot to put in your names. I'm sorry. Next
by the
time.
way, Rose, well done for today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done, Rose.
Thank you. What I would say is a year ago, we were also in a relegation scrap with Marco Silva, so it can change really quickly.
There you go.
If you get an Allegri or, it can change.
Allegri.
Positivity.
Can change.
Positivity. Stick to Arteta and you shall win.
Not sure about that one.